everyone, I'm Stephanie. I'm the On Point Stitcher. Welcome to my channel. It is Flosstube 11. It's been several months, so hopefully I can remember how to Flosstube. This will be fun to watch. I don't know that I want to watch this one back because it's been so long that I really cannot remember how to do all the things, and I'm super nervous. I feel like I'm starting all the way over again. So hopefully I can get back into doing this more often. I would love to do this more often, but I'm a little nervous because I've been doing a lot more monogamous stitching. It's one of the reasons why I haven't been doing a whole lot of floss tubes and a whole lot of updates on Instagram and things like that, is because it's been a lot of monogamy. And so I'm afraid that people are going to get bored. And if that's not the case, please let me know and I will try to do these more often. You won't see as many projects, which is what I worry about. I really want you to be able to see a lot of variety, a lot of projects. But honestly, I really enjoy working on something for a longer length of time. And so if that's something that won't bother you, please let me know and I will work harder at making sure I get more floss tubes and more updates on Instagram more for you guys. It's just a silly little nerves thing, and I'm probably just thinking way too much about it. Anyway, now that that awkwardness is out of the way, welcome! Thank you so much for being here. It's been too long, like I already said, and I'm happy to be back. I have a lot to show you since it's been so long. So the last time that I've been here was what, like April, May, somewhere in there. So kids got out of school, we did all the summer things. One of my daughters had all of her taekwondo things, and my other daughter had all her ballet camps and summer camps, all those things. And it was a good summer. It was busy. I worked a lot, but we did quite a bit. It was a nice summer. Kind of sad to see it kind of go. I've been happy that it's been staying warm a little bit longer here because the kids have been able to enjoy the outside a little bit longer. We had so much rain this summer. It was so strange. We don't usually get as much rain as we did this summer, and so it was kind of nice because we didn't have to water the lawn as much. But yeah, it was really nice summer, and I'm sad to see it go. The kids are back in school now and they are getting back into the rhythm of doing all their things. They've been sick a lot though. Is anyone else's kids doing that, where you feel like they're sick like every single week? They've got whatever else little bug that everyone's passing around. So we've had an up and down of little colds and sniffles and sicknesses, and it's been a wild ride back to school. So let's get into it. First thing I want to share with you is a project that I didn't share with you in my last floss tube, and I wanted to, and I actually did film that, and then I didn't put it in. And I was talking to Angie from Angie Slowly Crafts, sorry Ange, about it. And I didn't put it in because I guess I was a little embarrassed at the time. So this project I had hand dyed, and the fabric had changed color on me, and I didn't know that it changed color on me until I took it out of the bag, and I was like, what happened? This isn't the color that I remember. So it is Panda Feathers. If you remember, I was working on that one for my youngest daughter because she just loves pandas and dream catchers, and this had the feeling of both, and so I absolutely fell in love with it. I will link the pattern from Etsy on in the description below. But anyway, so a couple of things I had to do to this one, and I'll show it to you while I'm working on it because, as you can see, it is a fully finished. I was able to get it done for her birthday, so I'm really excited about that. So here is Panda Feathers, and so when I opened up the bag, the project bag, and pulled this out, the fabric was not pink at all anymore. It had turned like kind of brownish, and I wasn't happy with that at all. So I had used a tea that I thought would work. It was a passion fruit tea that when you make this tea, it is super, super pink, and when you drink it, it will like stain your lips and whatnot, like pink for a little while. So I was like, that would work great as a hand dyed piece. You know, I've already got it. It did not work. It eventually turned brown, and I was super not happy with it. So I took this piece and I re-dyed it a little bit with some cherry flavored tea. And so it's a little more pink, but it still has like some brown undertones, but it's fine. I am happy with the way it turned out. But I did finish this, and I did everything myself. Sorry. I framed it and did all things aside from finishing the back. So the back, which I think I can do next time, I'm gonna look up better how to do that. But you know how they, you know, they'll do the plastic, and I don't know if they put something in the back. Feels like they put something on the back, and then they put paper, and I had them put a hanger on it, and then they put some things here, some bumpers. So I had that done at Michael's, but I did the rest. I picked out, oh, this was an amazing find, this frame. Oh my goodness. This frame I found at Hobby Lobby. It was clearanced at Hobby Lobby for like $5. It was really, really inexpensive. And I had been looking for a frame for several weeks because I knew that I was going to finish this. I had looked on Amazon because I was thinking maybe I wanted to do like bamboo, and I couldn't find anything in the size that I was looking for or in the price range I was looking for. And so I ended up just looking around Hobby Lobby, and I was in the clearance section with my older daughter, and I saw this and I was like, this is perfect. The colors match the floss colors in the project. I just love it. So she fell in love with this as soon as she opened it. She just absolutely loved it. It was for my younger daughter's 13th birthday, and this has been up above her bed since I gave it to her. And so she absolutely adores it, and I am really, really pleased with it. So that is my fully finished. There she is. Okay. So on to my next, sorry, I have notes that I have to look at because it's been so long, and I don't have, I won't have before and after type of pictures for you because it's been so long that I feel like I'd show you guys the wrong ones, and I'm too lazy, I guess, to go look in my last Flosstube. Actually, not really so much lazy as I don't really like watching myself back. Like, it's weird to me, like my face does weird things and stuff like that. Like, anyway, okay. Next, somewhat, not a fully finished. It's a work in progress, but it has like little finishes along the way. This is my Advent Animals piece, and I am stitching this with Megan from Stitching Moon. She is on Instagram and also on Flosstube, and she is a joy to watch. I absolutely love seeing her and hearing about all of her adventures. But we are working this together. We're both doing it on one piece, so that we'll have one big piece when it's finished. And this one is mine. Oh yay, you can see the whole thing. Fabulous. So the last time you saw it, I have done 6 characters since the last time you saw this. So let me show you a better close-up of what I've done. I finished Cassie Cow, there are no changes to Cassie Cow. As you know, I like to make changes. And that's fine. Make changes to your pieces in ways that make you happy. So if there is something missing or a color that you want to change or just a little something here and there, I like to draw it out if I want to change a shape or something like that on like some graph paper. But you know, make it your own. That's part of cross stitching. It's so much fun. And the first time that I took the liberty of making a few changes, I was thinking, well, what if I'm not being true to the artist? And honestly, I think the artist would really love to see your take on their piece because you are still working on their piece. Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox. So this is Brooks Books Publishing. They are still available on her website. So here is Cassie Cow, and I made no changes to her. Now this is Rascal Raccoon, and I did make some changes to him, not a whole lot. Really the only change that I made was to the cookie jar. I wasn't crazy about the colors in the cookie jar, so I changed this section of the cookie jar here. Sorry, let me see if it'll focus better. That's a little better. So this section right here of the cookie jar, I turned it into more of like stripes, and then I changed the wording just slightly. The wording on the original was kind of, it was fun. Actually, it was really fun. It was like kind of wonky and fun, but I don't know if I shared this with you guys. I used to be, well, still am kind of, because I still get some orders here and there. I was a professional cookie decorator for almost 6 years, and so I kind of, I don't know, I kind of like things to be symmetrical and I don't know, it's hard to describe. Anyway, so I was kind of funny about the word cookies. All right, then I finished Gigi Giraffe. This one I did also make some changes to. I changed I had to change the light colors. And by light, I mean these lights. So on Gigi Giraffe, all the lights were supposed to be like multicolors, and the blue that's in her eye, it's 996, I think. Anyway, it blends in with my fabric. Like, you can barely see that color when it's all by itself against the fabric. And so I changed all of the lights to be purple and red, and I like it. It reminds me of Advent because those are some of the colors used in Advent. And then I finished Hamilton Horse. There he is with his ugly sweater. And you can kind of see, like, that's the same blue that I was talking about. That blue just blends into my fabric. Like, when it's far away, you can't really see that blue, which is why I changed those lights. Remy Rabbit is complete, and I made no changes to Remy Rabbit. And I think, is it Leon? I think it's Leon the lion. Okay, I did make quite a few changes to him. Let me see if I can show you the original. Maybe. There it is. Okay. So he is supposed to look like this. And he has lots and lots of crowns, like crowns all over his head. He's holding a crown, he's got crowns everywhere, and while I do think it's really cute, like I said, I'm a little bit funny about symmetrical things, and the crowns on his head just, I don't know, that they weren't making me overjoyed. And he reminded me a lot of the lion from, not from Rudolph. It reminded me of the king. I can't remember his name. But anyway, he had a crown on his head, and I think he even had wings. I think he had wings. Anyway, so I wanted him to have one crown so that he was more like the king from the old childhood movies. So he has one crown, and instead of holding a crown on his tail, I added in extra presents. So he's got, and I changed the colors of some of these presents because, again, the blue was trying to actually, you can see it right there. See how the blue just kind of blends in a little too much? So some of these were supposed to be more of a blue and they were blending in too much. So now he has one crown and he's holding a present instead. So I now am to 19 out of 25. So we're getting there, and it's so colorful. Look how pretty and colorful that is. That's just gorgeous. This is on hand-dyed 18 count Aida, and I know I'm talking a lot today. It's not like me. We're already 15 minutes in and we've only seen 2 projects. Last time I think we were 20 minutes in, almost done, and we had seen a whole lot more projects. And again, like last time, I forgot to grab a project, and it's one of my finishes as well, so I'm gonna grab that. Okay, so the next finish that I haven't done a fully finish on this one yet, but it is a finish. I worked on this one for 4th of July. Here's my finish on America the Beautiful. There's that. This one I did make changes to for a couple of reasons. This is by Stitching with the Housewives, and I did make some changes on this one because I had a few mistakes, but not just that, but there's like, and I wish I had changed, I should have made that flower a little different. Oh well. Anyway, at some point there's a vine that comes this way, and then there's like a leaf. Let me show you. Don't know. That's the pattern, but you kind of, I can't see. Okay, see that leaf? I wasn't crazy about it. Like, it didn't match the rest of the leaves, so I took that vine out. The vine would come from like over here and come over here, and then the leaf would be sitting on the flag, and it didn't have the same shape as the other leaves, so I changed the pattern a little bit, and I put in some extra stars here and the extra flower here. And then the other thing that let me take off my watch. I didn't realize how much that is reflecting and being distracting. I'm so sorry. Okay. So the other thing that I did change was this flower here. I think it was supposed to be a bigger flower or something, but like I said, I did mess up on this pattern a little bit and just had to make a couple of little changes here and there. I stitched this on, so 32 count, yep, 32 count charcoal gray. Okay. Ta-da! So that's that. And yeah, I found this a little difficult to stitch. I was fine if I was staying close to all the other stitches, because the other stitches would kind of help me out. And I did stitch this one hand. So stitching in hand, I do find it easier to work on the darker fabrics. But I have enough here to do another Stitching with the Housewives project. I just have to decide which one I want to do next. I have a couple of theirs, and so I don't know. I just don't know what I'm going to do next. Right, on to the next. Okay, so that's all my finishes. Let's do Day Fairy next. So, and let me grab the booklet on that one. Sorry about that. All right, here is the booklet for that one. And this one I am stitching with Diane from Frog and Fudge. She is on Instagram and also on Flosstube. And this one I'm supposed to be working on Sundays, but I have really been like just one project. Like I just want to work on one project at a time, and I think it's just because life is so busy that it's easier for me to just pick up where I left off. You know, I don't have to think about it as much. Where was I at? What was I doing? What was the feel of the stitching? What color was I on? I don't know. I think that's just been where my mind has been, is it's just, oh yeah, I was doing this yesterday. I remember where I was. I remember what my plan was. And as we know, cross stitching is a lot of planning. But I need to get back into this one because I will never be able to keep up if I don't keep on working on it. So this is where I am now. I have outlined the side of the larger portion of the wing, and I've come back up to start filling in. And this one, I gotta say, these projects, these day and night fairies, they're huge, but they're actually really relaxing to work on because everything makes sense. It's so nice. Like, I really enjoy working on these, and the colors are just stunning. And one of the things that I love about these particular charts is that the artist that charted these, she did an amazing job because she has like a handful of colors. I'll show you how many colors. It's not that much. So there's a handful of colors, but the colors are all used twice. So you can change the way that a color looks by just using one strand rather than two. And so depending on where you are in the piece with the light shining, or it's supposed to look like the light shining behind it or something, you either work with one strand or two strands, and it makes the color look so different. It's incredible. It's so well charted. It's stunning. It's relaxing. I really enjoy these ones. So you're more than welcome to pick this up with us. I started working on the Night Fairy with several other stitchers, as you well know. And Diane and I are continuing on with that SAL. It is the, I think we just left it as the Sunday Fairy SAL, because we were doing the Sunday Night Fairy SAL, and at the same time we wanted to make sure that everyone was included, and so they also had created just a Sunday Fairy SAL. So if you're working on a fairy, you are still more than welcome to pick that up with us and use the hashtag Sunday Fairy SAL. We'd love to see what you're working on, or if you'd like to join us working on the Day Fairy, go for it. We'd love to try to keep up with you. I am probably way behind now. Next, where is she? Let's see. Nope, that's not her, but we'll go ahead and take this one. Why not? This one I'm stitching with Debbie from Creatively Yours. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes again. So this one is the hashtag Little Blue Fairy Sal, or you can also use anything Amy Sal. This works for both. So Debbie is working on the opposite side as I am. So this is Little Blue, and So Debbie is started over in this section, and she has like this whole giant section. Like I don't even know. Like she has so much done. It's absolutely stunning. And so I'm working over here, and we both cut off like a section on this side. So she cut off the pages like about right here, and I have a line on there where you can see where I cut off. So she's doing just a little more than I am, but we both really wanted the fairy to be a little more centralized, and it's so funny because we didn't plan on that. It just happened that way, that we both were doing just a portion of it. So yeah, this is Little Blue, and she is now at, I didn't write it down. Yay. I know why I didn't. I didn't write down the percentage because I have to do the percentage of where I'm at, because Pattern Keeper is giving me a different percentage than where I'm actually at. So Pattern Keeper is already showing that I'm at like 36% or something like that, and I'm totally not at 36% because I'm not doing like a page and a half all the way over. So like I started at 25% done. So anyway, I don't know, I think I'm somewhere around like 10 something percent, maybe more than that, maybe 15%, something like that. I have no idea. But this is where I am, and I love that you can start seeing like water droplets and all the things. I love working on this one because the colors are so stunning. This is absolutely beautiful. So that's Little Blue Sow, and I am stitching that with Debbie. So much fun. I love that one. So let me put her back in her bag. And she has, I make all my own project bags, and this is her bag. She's got a pretty little blue bag. So, now I keep my project bags kind of pretty basic. So it's more of like a flat bottom. And then I have only just recently started putting like something to hold them with. I can't think of the words because I wasn't expecting to talk about my bags. But anyway, so they are just like just a basic bag, because I like the big bottom, because as you know, I do like to use bags for my colors. So each project gets their own colors, and they fit a little more nicely in my project bag. Okay, so that was Little Blue. I also worked on my peacock a little bit more since I last saw you, and you can see absolutely nothing with how I have it in the Q-snap right now. So let's take some of the Q-snap off. And I do like to use felt underneath my Q-snap, because I feel like it protects it a little bit better. And I will show you what that one looks like complete. This one is Heaven and Earth Designs. It's called Lover's White Peacock, and this one I think I got it off of 1 2 3 Stitch, but I was looking for a white peacock that I wanted to stitch, because the first time I ever saw white peacocks, I didn't know it was a thing, and we were with our family, and it was just an amazing family outing day, and we saw baby white peacocks. And this is the section that I worked on, was all over here. So I am at, and I know I wrote this one down, 38% complete. And because this one is paper, this one is not on Pattern Keeper, I do have to figure all those numbers out myself, but no big deal. All right, on to the next. This one I'm not sure when will come back out. High-Low is by MC Escher, and it is another Sal. And this one I'm stitching with Laura Conrad. This is, so I have 2 hashtags for this one, and my lighting just completely changed. I'm sorry. It is like the end of the day. It's still not too bad though, so we're gonna roll with it. I'll keep an eye on it, and if it gets too wild, I will go get my light. Okay, High-Low. By MC Escher, charted by Heaven Earth Designs. And this one, like I said, I'm stitching that one with Laura Conrad. So here I am on this one. And I had this one as what I was calling a living room project for a while, where I would just keep a project in the living room and I wasn't stitching on absolutely anything else. And so I was like, well, it's silly to have a living room project when I'm just gonna stitch monogamously anyway. So now I just stitch on the one project until I get to where I would like to, and then I switch again. So this one is at 6.35%, and I love working on this one because it only has a handful of colors and it makes it super relaxing. It's really enjoyable. If you would like to join on any Escher piece, if you have any, feel free to join us. That one, I also do a hashtag called Stitch Escher, and so yeah, if you've got Escher, let's do it. Let's stitch. I'm not sure when that one's gonna come out again, but you know, I follow the hashtags. I love to see it, so go for it. I'd love to see it. Let's pull out Miss Marigold. This one is another Sal. Technically the name is Autumn Dragon, and I love working on Miss Marigold. My kids named her Marigold because she is one of my favorite fall flowers. Let me make sure that I actually put this the correct direction. So here is Marigold. Let me pull off the last time I remember this. The last time you saw her, I was working on the end of her tail, and I actually did finish the end of her tail. So I will pull that section out of the Q-snap. So there we go. So there's the end of her tail. It's so pretty. The texture in that is just stunning, So I'm at a strange spot right now though, where I'm working, I'm kind of flip-flopping. Like when I was working on her tail, it was literally like I started this way and then I went to the top, and then I would just like go like this, and then I started coming back this way and I would work this way, and then I came down here because this is literally like the edge of the pattern, and I worked this way. So all of this is done. There's no more stitching over here. This one is 25 count stony something Lugana, and this one is 2/1 full cross. This section down here is nothing but confetti. So I have been flip-flopping between working up in this section where it's more of block stitching, and then coming back down and kind of working my way over. Cross stitching is like half of it is deciding where you want to go and, you know, planning that out. And I haven't really, I'm having a hard time like planning out on this one, like where I want to go next. But the tail is done, and she's at, I think I already said it, but I'll say it again, 34.05% complete. And the needle minder is from my lovely friend Angie. I'm stitching this as a Sal. This is the Sheena Pike Sal. I've got lots of people that are stitching this Sal with us. Angie from Angie Slowly Crafts, X Stitch Magic, Crafts Corners, X Stitch with me. Alicia has now joined us because they are working on the red panda that just recently came out, which is stunning. But anyway, love Sheena Pike. Her stuff is just, it's stunning, and it's really fun to stitch too because a lot of it is a good mixture of confetti to block stitching. So it's a really nice stitch. I love it. It's so much fun. All right. Put those things away. And that's her project bag. One of my kids' favorite project bags. Next. Let's look at what lies beneath. I'm stitching this one with Laura Conrad and Laura from Colorful Stitching Girl they're both on Instagram, and Laura, the Colorful Stitching Girl, is on Flosstube, and she just did a Flosstube recently, and it was so good to see her. I love watching her. She's always so cheerful and happy, and I love it. So here I am on this one. This one is 28 count 1/1, and this one's hard to put down. I could literally put everything else away. I have to say that about high-low as well. I could put everything else away and work on this one and high-low, and I'd be fine because there's always so much going on. This one does have a lot of confetti, and my kids are laughing at this one right now because the bottom of the ship looks like an animal with an eyeball. And so they've been teasing me that the ship is alive, which, I mean, I kind of see it. Okay. I don't know what's gotten into me, you guys. Just go with it. Just go with it. That one is 6.28%. Sorry for the loud guy going across the way. And I have one last project to show you, and it's on my chair, still on my, I'll just go get it, hang on. Okay, so this one I'm just gonna talk while I take it out of the Q-snap because there's a lot to say about this one. This is a little bit of a treasure. I don't even know what to say. This was a adopted project from Alicia, Alicia, Adventures of Stitching. Anyhow, Alicia started stitching this project on 28 count easy guide, and she was using CXC thread, and she was not happy with how it was turning out, so she tried a couple of different things. She did let me remember all the things. She did, I can look at it, 1/1 full. She did 2/1 tent, and then 1/1 tent. So she tried several different ways of working it with the CXC thread, and she just wasn't loving any of the options. None of the choices were making her happy, even though it's stunning anyway. So she decided that she wanted to restart on 32 count, right, Alicia? 32 count, and I think she's doing 1/1 tent with CXC. It's definitely different than DMC. And so because Alicia decided to start over, I commented on her Instagram, and I was like, I mentioned wanting to adopt it, And she was like, okay, I will send it to you. I just need your address. So next thing I know, I'm giving her my address and it shows up like within days. So when this beautiful project came to me, I had to make some decisions on how I was going to stitch it, all the things. And anyway, so it is the Grand Library. Actually, that's not too bad. It's the Grand Library Max Colors Supersized. It is my first supersized Max Color, and it will be my only Max Color supersize because it is so much color, you guys. Like, it's stunning, but it's a lot of color change. And I have kind of changed the way that I stitch. So you may have noticed that there's not as many parked threads on any of my projects, and that is on purpose. I have kind of fallen out of love with parking. They're getting in my way. They get like a little scraggly. Yeah, I've kind of just fallen out of love with parking. So anyhow, that all to say, I can't show you because it's on my phone. But when this project came to me, it was around 4.12% done, which is amazing. I know it was a little bit more than that, but Alicia had worked by pages, which was awesome because it was really easy for me to get the pattern and mark off like what she had done. And so when it also came to me, and I'll try to insert a picture, when it came to me, she had CXC parked threads, which was fabulous. So I decided first thing that I was going to do was I was going to just work in all of those parked threads, and all of those parked threads actually brought me to like 4.51%. So it actually, like, it got me pretty far. So I worked in all of the parked threads, and then my decision was to go ahead and work it the way that I enjoy working on 28 count. And I really like doing 1/1 full on 28 count. I have considered moving to 2/1 tent on this project with DMC, but I'm having a hard time making that decision because I do really prefer the full cross for myself. I just, you know, there's nothing against tent. I have a couple projects that are tent stitch, and I like full instead. So I'm now part of the blanket club as well, because this is one of the supersized libraries. But here I am, and so this is where I started, right here. And these sections over here, all these little worked in little bits here, this is all CXC. And everything that I have worked in thusly is now DMC. I cannot tell from all the way over here that there's a difference between the CXC and the DMC there, especially since it's like peppered in. And I think it's really helping with that G problem. Now, over here, this section right here, I think there might be a line here with the transition, but honestly, I'm not that worried about it because there's, it's a bookshelf, and so there's a lot of like already like kind of hard lines, and so it might just look like you opened the book, like maybe that's part of the book, a book being opened. So I think it just gives it character. So that is the Grand Library, and this one I am I'm going to finish up the night. That is the goal. We do have a hashtag, and I don't know how to say it. So maybe. So Alicia will have to teach me how to say it correctly. But I also added a hashtag on there called Alicia Started It. I love that I have a piece from another stitcher, and it was, thank you Alicia for sending it to me. It is so sweet, and I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful that you sent me this project, because you could have cut off this section and used all this material, it's as tall as I am, for something else, and instead you very, very sweetly and kindly decided to share the project with me and share the love, and it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Thank you. Thank you. I really love it. So that is my project that I'll be working on tonight. We're at 1,000 subscribers. So I would like to do a giveaway. And I have something in mind for a giveaway. I would like, if you guys like this idea, I showed you guys kind of my project bags, kind of how I make them. I'll show you again. They are simple. They are a simple flat bottom bag with, depending on how much material I have, sometimes it's the same as the outside, sometimes it's the same as, you know, whatever. And then I've been putting handles on it so that I can just grab. But it's fat and it's basic. But if you would like a project bag like what I make, please let me know in this video, and just leave me a comment that you like that type of style of bag, and I will I'll sew up a bag, and in my next video I'll show you the bag that I would like to give away and share with you guys. It will be to the US only, just because of shipping prices have been a little wild and it's been hard to ship things across seas. Anywho, let me know if it's not too boring, if you would like to enter in for a bag, and I will put together, I'll make a bag, and I'll present that in my next Flosstube, and then we'll have a giveaway then. So until then, thank you so much for hanging out with me for this entire hour if you have made it this far. If you didn't make it this far and I surprise you with this project bag idea, that's okay. It gives us one other more video to look forward to on a giveaway. So thank you again for being here. I really enjoyed babbling for an hour at you, so much that the lighting has completely changed since when we started. But I think it was fine, and I didn't have to go get my light. I think it would have been weird if I got my light. So these things are always hard to end for some reason. I think we all say that. We all think that. So thank you so much for being here. I will see you next time, and until then, happy stitching. Leave me comments. Let me know what we should do next time, and I will see you next time. Bye.